Here it is. Okay, now we're recording. I'm going to discuss some things that I hope you'll find helpful with messaging, reaching out, consistency, and all the things that we need to be doing. And the first thing that I want to say is that we need to focus on, because we don't do this, and it gets overwhelming, and we all get overwhelmed, and we all feel unorganized, and we all feel like there's just too much stuff going on, but we need to just keep it simple, like absolutely simple. And all the things that we do each day, and the tasks that we need to do can be so simple. And this is why we tried things like a preview into a challenge group and a preview into a whatever. There's so many things you can do. There's so many extra things and all the sparkly stuff that you see all these other coaches doing. And at the end of the day, if you're focusing on growing your Instagram and just doing things that really aren't necessarily growing your business, but you're lacking on invites and you're lacking on your posts and you're lacking on consistency. Because the things that you need to think about and ask yourself, am I showing up every single day? And I can answer the question to myself for last week. I didn't show up. Besides Monday, I didn't show up in my workout. So what do you think that did for my mindset? Nothing. Because if you're not working out every day, and I know not every day, but if you're not following your program and you're not doing what you set out to do and what you're telling your challengers to do, or what you would tell your friend to do if you were holding them accountable, if you're not doing those things, then your business is going to suffer. I'm just saying, your mental mindset's going to suffer, because it's just as important as PD if we're not doing our workout and we're not keeping up. Because there's always something about getting my workout done that totally lights my fire and makes me want to share it with others. It just does, because you know how good it feels. You're pumped for the day. You start your day off right. And it's amazing how many times we're reminded of this and we still forget it. And we still, I'm throwing myself in this. So anyways, so you get back on track. And like I posted today, I for 200, I just threw off some number, 241 or something times that I've jumped back on, right? Because that's real life. So when you're thinking about showing up on social media, are you showing up? Are you posting some stories? You don't have to get carried away, but are you just showing that you're doing stuff? And are you showing a little bit about your life? Are you posting every day? And it doesn't have to be this deep, emotional post. Okay. A lot of times I feel like I get too, I put thought into my post, and I like to do that, but it doesn't have to be that way. It can be a simple post about the fact that you changed a life today, or you're changing lives, or since you've started coaching, what's happened? Who was the girl? Post a side-by-side picture of you a year ago and you today. Who's the girl that was there a year ago? Talk about her. What's different? What's changed? Talk about the girl today. What's different? What's changed? There's emotions there. There's stuff that people are going to relate to, because we're all on the freaking struggle bus, and somebody will relate with something in your post. So, or if it's just a simple, show your humor, show that you're having fun, whatever it is. So are you posting? Are you sharing? And it doesn't have to be complicated. It really doesn't. And I can guarantee you're going to inspire somebody. Are you sending out your invites? And we're going to dive into that. But are you doing that? Are you just sitting down and going for it? I probably just sent 10 invites before I left for this call, and it took me 15 minutes. Stop overthinking it, because it can be so frustrating. And I want to talk about something last night. So one tip that I've been offering, and one tip that Carrie Folk and I have been doing, and I've talked to my leaders about this, is I think it's really cool. And this is kind of Carrie's really idea, but we throw in, Carrie will be talking to somebody, and she'll say, I'm going to put you in a 3-way message. She'll talk to the person, because Carrie's totally capable of sharing what it is about coaching, or inviting and sharing about whatever it is that we're sharing about. But it's fun to incorporate that community feeling, right? So Carrie will just say, hey, I'm going to put you in a 3-way message with my coach, and we're going to just share a little bit. So we've been doing that back and forth, so anyways, which is fun. Hi, Brianna. Hi, Jennifer. I can't see who else is on besides Lisa. So I lost my train of thought. But so what we did last night with a coach in Carrie's downline, who's awesome, she is halfway to Emerald, and she has been talking to this girl. So we pour into this girl, right? We send her voice clips. We're like, she's ready to go. She's ready to sign up. And guess what? She doesn't sign up. And guess what? We keep checking in with her and she's not responding. And it's like the same thing, right? We've all had it. We've all been there. Someone says they want to do something and they don't do what they said they were going to do. And it's really frustrating. That's where you have to develop thick skin. You have to realize that if you've done everything in your power to share the opportunity with them, and you know in your heart that you poured into them, you shared it, you gave the info, stop overthinking whether you did something wrong, whether you said something offensive, whether you did you said the price before the whatever, and you went out of order with whatever you thought that maybe you should have done different. Like, stop. Because it's silly. There's no reason for it. You're wasting energy on something like that. And so I want you to think about the fact that you don't need to chase people. Like, I'm done chasing people. If anybody wants to join me, they know what I'm doing. Again, I gave them the information, and that's what I had to tell Carrie's new coach. I'm like, you just can't chase people. I did it for a long time, but it has to be something that they want to do. And if they said they want to do it, they got to take the initiative to do it. And I know that that's a lot of our frustrations, because you're like, oh, somebody said they were going to sign up, and you hold out on them, right? And it's like, it's payday and they're supposed to sign up today, and then they don't. And then they ghost you. And then all the stuff. And it happens to me. And I've been doing this for 5 years almost. Like, it happens, and it continues to happen, and it's going to continue to happen, because it's the nature of the beast. And people, for whatever reason, like I've said before, we can sit around and try to wonder why somebody didn't respond to us, and wonder why somebody isn't joining us like they said they were going to. But it is what it is. All you can do is follow up with them, continue to be you, and show up on social media, because guess what? They're seeing your posts, because you interact with them on Messenger and stuff. Those are the people that are showing up in your feed, and you are showing up in their feed because you're interacting. That's why the people that you message, like, you message somebody, and let's say it's somebody new, they liked your post, and here's how I would message somebody if they liked my post. I would say, hey girl, because I'm a hey girl person. You might not be. Jamie Simpson is not a hey girl person. I am. Like, I don't know what else to call you. Hey girl, hey girl, hey girl. Like, it's fine. I think it's friendly, but that's just me. Do what you want. Whatever feels right to you. You don't have to do what I do, but I want to share with you guys how I do it, and I lay it all out there. So I'm like, hey girl, thank you so much for liking my post last night. I really appreciate your support. I just wanted to reach out. Are you currently doing a workout program? ? Or, and that's it. Or I might say, I just wanted to reach out to see if you would want to do a workout program with me. We just started our brand new spring group, and there's tons of motivation and energy. Would you be interested? Or I'm doing a brand new 20-minute program. Would you have any interest in joining me? Okay. So you've told them that, and you could say something about doing it at home if you want, but you don't have to overthink it. You don't have to give all the details. I've messaged so many different ways. Sometimes most of the time, because this is how I have ran my whole business, I fly by the seat of my pants, and I message on whatever comes to me and whatever I feel like, and I go with it. And I don't second guess it. And I just go with it. And done is better than nothing. So get the messages out. It's going to get you out of your comfort zone. It's going to help you, again, show up in people's newsfeed. It's going to help you just get out of your own way. And it's going to help you cover some ground and drop those breadcrumbs, because it's okay if only 1 out of 8 people respond to you. It's okay. Because what I do sometimes too is later on, I'll be like, hey girl, just checking in. Did you get my last message? That's it. Because I already invited them. Now I'm checking to see, or sometimes I'll say, if someone was interested, but now they're ghosting me, I'll say, like, hey, you must be super busy. I just wanted to check back in to see if this was something you were interested in. Because if you told me you wanted to do it, you better believe I'm going to get you all set up here, or I'm going to try to figure this out. Like, because it's my job to follow up with someone who says that they're interested. That's like my biggest, I do that over messaging somebody who ghosts me, because I'll just wait until they like my post again a lot of times, or I'll just wait till I see them watching my stories again. And I can see that because I do the little flip up on my stories, right? And I can see who's watching. And that's typically when I realize that I've already messaged somebody, because of my stories. And what I say then is, hey, thanks so much for watching my stories. I really appreciate it. Are you currently doing a workout program, or would you be interested in starting one? ? And I go on. Okay, so you need to do that. You need to invite off of stories. You need to invite off your Facebook posts. You need to be bold and go to your Facebook friends, and you should be continuing to add people. And I would just give you all like a challenge. This is what I told Linda and Carlita, because we're doing like a diamond track together. I would challenge you guys to add 30 people this week. It's not hard. You add 30 people, and I'm talking about 30 people who accept you. So that means you're going to have to add like maybe 70 people. Okay. Let's just be real. And it's okay. These are people that you have mutual friends with. These are people that, and something I do that I think I've shared with some of you guys is like, go to somebody's page who you're friends with, who you can see their friends, and it's not a Beachbody coach. It's not anybody in Beachbody. And just see if like, cause you guys are going to have mutual friends, go through their friend list and just see if you can add some people to make some connections. It's really simple. It takes 5 seconds to do, like 10 ads. Okay, so now what happens when they say that they're interested? This is where everybody, I think, well, there's 2 pieces of the puzzle. People aren't inviting enough. That's where you might be caught up, because it has to happen. It has to be consistent and has to be every single day. Do it. Make your list. Write down 10 people, right now that you're going to invite when you get off the call. And then you do it. And then it's like, guess what? The inbox is going to start coming in. And then guess what tomorrow you're going to do? You're going to message 10 more people. And then those conversations are going to continue to flow. Plus, you're going to be following up with people that you talked to last week that you're like, oh yeah, she said she got paid on this date. I want to check in with her. Like, I have 2 girls that are supposed to order on Wednesday as coaches. One's already like kind of backing out. Okay. And the other one says she's still going to order. So we'll just see. But I know that like it's in my mental brain that they're going to order on Wednesday. You shouldn't use your mental capacity to keep track of things, but that's a lot of times what I do. But I'm not saying that that is something you should do, as you guys need to write this stuff down, keep track of who you're talking to. Okay. So someone comes back and they say that they're interested, that yes, that sounds like something I'd want to do. And then I say, and I just go, this is exactly what I do. I go straight to voice clips. You don't have to do that. I recommend it simply because it's going to save you time. I think it's good for you to get in front of people. It helps you get in front of people. It helps you get out of your own way and just get comfortable with sharing what it is that we do and what it is that we love and why we do this and what it's done for us so far and whatever. And you're not going to give them, I would say I send 2, maybe 3 at the most voice clips. And how I start it is I say, hey girl, I'm just going to message you this way because it's so much easier. Okay, so we do everything at home. We work out off of an online library with hundreds of options. So it looks similar to Netflix. When you log in, you have every single program they've ever created in their full length with calendars, structure. You literally get everything you need to succeed and everything to follow. So it comes with nutritional information. There's cardio with weights, Pilates, yoga inspired workouts, dance workouts, MMA, kickboxing style workouts. Like, there's something for everyone. And there's even workouts that involve kids. If this is somebody who is pregnant or postpartum, I might throw in the fact that Autumn has maternity workouts or whatever. Hi, Wendy. And so I might throw that in. And then I just say, so you get everything, and it's 27 cents a day. You literally get hundreds of options for 27 cents a day. And then I say, I'll just tell you right now, it's $99 for the year. It breaks down into 27 cents a day. So you get all of that. Any new program that comes out is automatically added to your library. And like I said, you follow the calendar. So it takes the guesswork out of it. Like, you need very little equipment. You have everything you need to succeed. And then I go into, and I just want to tell you that most of us in the group drink Shakeology. You don't have to drink Shakeology. I highly recommend it. I've been drinking it for 5 years. It has prebiotics, probiotics, and, I might give a little bit about that. If you're struggling with your nutrition, then that's, something to look into. Or if you're more of a pre-workout, post-workout person, then that we can talk about that too, because we have an amazing pre-workout that's made from green tea. That's unlike any other pre-workout. So I kind of just like throw it at them. I think that here's the thing about the price. So yes, the price scares people. Well, it is what it is. It's a quality product. We know it's worth it. We know the investment. We know that if people want to make it happen, that they can make it happen, period, end of story. So then they might come back with something about the price or whatever. I think the best you can do is just break it down for them so that they understand what they're getting. And then I talk about our group as well. I talk about the fact that we have an amazing group. Right now we have 220 people, I think, in our spring group. It's full of motivation. It's full of moms. It's full of women. And I just pour into this person, whoever this is. I don't even know them half the time or personally know them that well. But I'm just like, this is what it's done for me. It's completely changed everything. A 20-minute program has given me amazing results and I can fit it in my day. Like if you're like me and you're busy, then here's an amazing option. So every voice clip I send is not the same. It's not like I'm copying it. I'm just flying off the handle about what it is that comes to my heart. I share about the fact that it's 27 cents a day. I share about the fact that it's, I typically target moms because moms are my market. So I might throw something in about that, about a bunch of moms. Our community is moms supporting each other and just getting up sometimes at 4:30 a.m. And that's really inspiring because you can make it happen if you want to. So I know sometimes we struggle on, okay, when do I send this? And when do I bring up Shakeology? And when do I bring up the price? Well, the bottom line is there's no way around the price. Everybody wants to know the price. So just share it. And that's why I lead with BOD, because it's ridiculously cheap and inexpensive. And the things that they get for the $99 for a year, and I break it down every single time. And that's what I lead with, because if they don't want Shakeology, I know that if they say yes to me, they're going to do the $99 BOD. And I'm still excited to get somebody started on BOD. I don't care about the Success Club points. Yes, I'm going to encourage it because for $60 more, they either get a month's supply. And this is what I also tell them in the voice clips. They get a month's supply of Shakeology or they get a month's supply of the supplements. And I break those down briefly into which one might be better for them. Do you struggle with your nutrition? Ask the questions. Like, don't, be specific and sort of detailed and share with what you know and what's helped you. But something that I think is easy to, and I remember as a new coach, when I started, it was like, I was so excited, right? Somebody wants to join me. Someone is interested. So I'm ready to just like spill it. And then I'm like, okay, have you tried Shakeology? Oh, Shakeology is amazing. And and then I'm just like freaking out, because I want them to join me and I'm so excited. But here's the thing that we have to remember: when people don't say yes, they're not as excited as we are, right? Because they're not on this journey yet. So we have to understand that they're not where we are. So that's a lot of times why they're not going to say yes, because they're not ready, because they don't get it. They're not excited. They haven't experienced this. They have no idea what our community's like. We can try to explain it, but until they actually take the jump and take the leap to do this, they're just not going to understand, unless they're like, I need this. I totally need this. So my best advice is to do what you know, share what you know, briefly share. I think it's important to throw in nuggets about what it's helped you with. Like, why do you love Energize? What's it done for you? Like, when do you drink it? Why do you love Shakeology? How long have you drank it? What's it done for you? Like, briefly tell them. What's your favorite flavor? Tell them. Like, I'll say, fruit punch is brand new. Everybody's freaking out about it because they are, and it's awesome. So, and people are like, oh, it's new and that sounds good. And, if everyone else is excited about it, then I'm probably going to be excited about it. And so those are the things to just make it so simple. You're talking to people each day. You're literally just sharing with what you know, and don't overthink it. Like, do not let yourself, feel frustrated and discouraged because somebody didn't respond, or they responded and then you responded and they didn't respond. So they were responding until I said this. Yeah, it's okay. That's fine. And you guys, like, I have my coaches send me, their screenshots, and I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. You did fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Because at the end of the day, if they want to join you, it's typically going to happen. They don't know any different. They don't know how you were supposed to do it. They're not critiquing you. And if they are, oh, well, they're not like reaching out to people and being courageous and bold and, you know, trying to build a business. Like they don't know what that's like. So, and one of the things that Christina Solon said to me a long time ago, or she said it at Coach Camp, you know, she said, be bold and send the invite. Just be bold. Like, don't worry about, do I need to form them? And do I need to have a conversation? And do we need to talk about this? And like, I just don't do that. I'm not saying that it doesn't work, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't just make connections with people, because you totally should. This is about relationships. This is not about selling. But we are inviting people to join us. We do post about it on social media. It's not going to blindside them when you message them and reach out. Okay, so I'm trying to think of something else, another thing that I wanted to share. Really quick, I wrote down in my notes. But I hope that helps you. I think that for me, I just love voice clips. They can hear my passion. They can hear my excitement. And again, it just helps me to share with them, I think, the best information that I can give them. Rather than messaging back and forth, I just feel like I was messaging my life away. So I found that voice clips are just super helpful. And again, if you feel like you need help, then you and your coach need to put this person in a three-way message, and you guys just need to share together. And again, I think that brings them into the community. It helps them. And send tools if you need to. Like, I don't typically send the promo videos that much. I will with Shakeology. I sometimes will with like PIO and 21 Day Fix. Those are my two go-tos for somebody who's just starting. But I typically feel like I don't need to help them decide on a program. I might need to give them options, like, so that they understand what kind of programs we have, but I don't need to pick a program with them right now, because they're going to get everything, and I'm encouraging them to check it out and see what's best for them, and we can go from there, and I can always help them later. But the other thing too is, so when you're showing up each day, and this is another thing that one of the girls that spoke at Coach Camp said, and I love it and I'll never forget it. It was Megan White, and she said, because in all the things that we're doing, right, and it's just like, okay, and it's just, and this is why coaches quit, because no one joins them. And this is like a conversation I have with coaches all the time. I'll be like, hey, do you want me to help you get a couple people signed up so you can either get yours for free or start making an income? Like, can I help you with invites? Let's get a tracking device. Like, let's put your story out there, whatever. And they say, yeah, I just can't get anybody to do it. Everybody asks, says no. Well, first of all, I don't know how many people you ask, but you probably only asked like 2. And let me just tell you that it's not going to work. And so a lot of it's mindset. Like, you guys know this, and I talk about this all the time, because this business and fitness and like our life and our view on life and our view on our vision and how, if we're going to get there or not, and if this is going to work, and whatever the case is all mindset, right? If it's not there, if you're not feeding it, if you're not working out and just giving yourself the boost, you're not going to get there. But if you want it, and like Christina Solon said at that weekend, a few weeks ago when we did the training with her, she said, if I told you that I'd give you $500 to sign a coach by tonight, would you? Well, hell yeah, you would. You'd figure it out, right? If you were going to get $500, if I told you were going to get $500 to sign a coach by tonight, what would you do? You'd be busting your butt. You'd be figuring out a way to do it, because like, it's just because, like, and you know, and then it just becomes like, well, yeah, like I can do this, you know? So why aren't we working with that mindset? Because there's no reason why you can't go Emerald. There's no reason why you can't sign a coach and duplicate that same process to go Emerald, and then go Emerald again, and then do it again. Yes, it might take you 6 months to go Diamond. It might take you a year. It might take you 2 months to go Emerald, but who cares? If you show up and you're consistent, and I guarantee you, if you show up and you're consistent, it will not take you 2 months to hit Emerald. But everybody's different, so don't compare your journey to anybody else's. It's not a race. It's not a sprint. It's and I love what Christina said at that event too. She said, you know, you hustle, and then you succeed, and then you celebrate. So like, celebrate each win. Like I said, if you get someone on BOD, don't beat yourself up because it wasn't a challenge pack. Who cares? It's exciting. You're adding them to your group. They're probably eventually gonna maybe get, you know, the supplements. But one thing that Megan White said to us at Coach Camp a few years ago, she said, and this is what I want you to think about. And I was actually going to kind of talk about this on Saturday at my training, but I know a lot of you guys won't be there. She said, if people don't know where your train is going, they're not going to jump on. So things that I shared, okay, I want to be full-time. I want to do Beachbody full-time. I want to be home with my kids. I shared all that stuff. I shared about anxiety. I shared about depression. I shared about my thoughts and feelings and how dark it was. And I share about the struggle that I constantly have about feeling like, you know, I know I'm a good mom, but it's like I find that I'm pulled in all directions and I can't do everything. And I feel that pressure and I feel like, you know, all these things are weighing on me and I feel guilty and whatever it is. Like I've shared all this stuff because we all feel it. We all struggle in some way. And those are the things that people are going to connect with you. They want to know, yeah, you can work out every day and you can show up and you can show that you're doing this. And that's inspiring. It really is. But what else? What else makes you you? What else makes you unique and different? What makes you, what makes them want to just continue to follow you and not pay attention to anybody else, but follow you? What makes them love you like they knew you, but they don't because you're just Facebook friends? So what are the things that make you you? And I want you guys to just dive in to those things. Because for a long time, I felt like I didn't really have a story. It was like, well, I just don't, when I started, it was like, I didn't have a story. I can't sign coaches because I don't have a success story and I haven't made any money with this really, not enough to like really talk about. And just all these things in my mind that I couldn't do this because I didn't never post it on Facebook. So I felt weird and people were going to be annoyed with me and all these things. And it's like, it was all mindset stuff. And you just have, as a new coach, you just have to literally start. I mean, you're starting where you are, right? Embrace where you are right now. And I think that's in every part of your business. Like, I don't care if you've been in the business for 2 years, embrace where you are right now because you're doing a lot of things. Maybe you're not doing all the things. And maybe, you know, there's areas you can work on because we all do, but embrace where you are because if you are hung up on the things that you aren't doing, that's in your mind and that's holding you back from doing things that you're awesome at. So what are you good at? Like, what are things that you're good at? Are you consistently working out? If you have that down and you pretty much never fail at that, then you can check that off your list. You know, you got that down. What else? Do you post? Are you posting once a day? You need to post once a day. Really, you need to continue to show up, not only because people need to see that you're proof that you are doing something awesome, but you want to show up in their feed, right? And the way to do that is to continuously post every day. And it's hard and it feels weird. And then, you know, again, you feel like you're annoying people, but oh, well, then they can unfollow you. Like, and some of that stuff will come with time and you just have to get over it. And you have to know in your heart that like, I'm having fun doing this. Like, I want to show up and I want to be that person for people. And if I'm having fun doing it and I'm changing, you know, my life, then I can change other people's lives. Okay. So that's pretty much all that I wanted to rattle on about. But I want you guys to think about that tonight. You know, what makes you different? What can you share about? And I remember thinking like, well, it's not that big of a deal. Like, yeah, I have a dog, but it's like, everybody has a dog or, you know, whatever the case is, but it's like, that's not true because people do like, they fall in love with who you are and what you do and, you know, what you stand for. And maybe you're like, I don't know, whatever it is with your kids or, I don't know. I can't think. I shared with you what the things that make, you know, me and the stuff that I felt like, you know, made me more relatable than just showing up and crushing my workout every single day because nobody relates with that. Really, they're inspired by it, but they can't relate with that sometimes, especially if they're not where you are, you know, because it's like I say before, and like we've said, it starts with fitness, but this isn't about fitness. Like it is, but it's about the relationships and it's about so much more than that. And that's why it's so hard for me to share sometimes with people in a nutshell of what this has done, because you can't, like, I can't just sit here and say in 2 voice clips what coaching's done for me, you know, like it's going to take me an hour call. But I hope that helps you guys just with, and not being afraid to, when someone gives you an objection. So this is the other thing, and we've talked about this before, but it's so important to not see their objection as a no. So they might say, okay, so like the other day, Carrie and I were in this group message with this girl who Carrie's been trying to get to sign up. She has a bad taste in her mouth because she was under another leader, not from our team. And so she has a bad taste in her mouth. Okay. So that was one of her objections. Like, I don't want to be that person. And then the other one was, she said she was fat. And then the other one was, she doesn't think she has time, and she's scared, and she's doubtful, and she's fearful, or whatever. It was kind of those things in a nutshell. Right. And I just told her, I'm like, that's your mindset. Like, all those things can be turned around. First of all, you're not fat. Like, you need to stop saying that. And, get the other leader out of the equation, because that's not, that's non-existent anymore. So, and then we just shared with her like why this could work for her and why she needed this. Because when you are fearful and you have doubts and you're in your own way, like, you all know that there's things that you've already done in your business you would have never done had you not been a coach. Because it's like, I would have never went live on Facebook ever. If it weren't for this business, I would have never just went live on Facebook. I mean, I might have at a concert, like, or something, but I'm not just going to go live and share about my heart and cry on Facebook in front of, like, who knows how many people. But it just is what it is, but it helps you to, like, continue to do those things. So anyways, we shared with her, and, like, I think it helped. Like, it really did. I think she's going to sign up. But sometimes, and most of the time, it just takes people, those objections. So we could have totally been like, yeah, you're right. Okay, well, maybe we'll check in with you in a month. No, but, like, we see it. We see that you need this. We see that this opportunity will change your life if you let it. So here's what I want to tell you about what it's done for me. So you have to be bold enough, and it takes time, but you have to be bold enough in saying that, like, you can totally do this. There's no reason you can't. Like, if I can do this, you can do this. And it just takes your belief in them a lot of times. And again, if they're ready, your belief will probably push them over the edge, and they'll say yes, typically. They're not ready. They're not ready. And a lot of times, nothing you can say will, like, I thought our, like, sneak peek that we did last week, like, I thought we crushed it. Like, I loved it. I think we did amazing. And it was fun, and, like, it's like, you can't plan those kinds of things, and it just comes out. It comes out the way it comes out, and you think you want to share things, and then you just share. It is, it just happens how it happens. And like, when we all got done, we were like, man, that was, like, really fun. Like, we were kind of in our own heads about it. But so I send it to people, right? And I think it's, like, amazing. I'm like, yeah, you're going to sign up after you see this. Like, you just watch this. And then they're like, they didn't sign up, but, but it's fine, because it doesn't matter. Like, you're still dropping breadcrumbs. And guess what? In a year, when I'm still doing this, and we are still doing this, and we're showing up, and there's all these new programs, and there's, like, a new raspberry, whatever freaking Energize. I don't know. I'm just making that up. But, like, there's another flavor, and then, like, Shakeology, they come out with, like, I don't know, whatever the other flavor, but all these things that we're going to have to share about, and people are going to be like, gosh, she's still doing that thing. Like, that must be real. Like, that must be, like, a real thing. So anyway, you just have to be, again, bold enough in knowing that this is what, like, I'm going to grow this business, and I'm going to reach my goals, and I don't care. I'm going to keep flipping cups until I find the person. And that's what I told Kyla yesterday or something, day before, that, you're looking for the ones that want to join you. You're looking for the people that you don't have to chase, the ones that, like, see the opportunity because they've seen you share, and they know it's fun, and they see you take trips. And no, you shouldn't stop, Linda. Don't stop sharing it. But those are the people that you're looking for, people like you, and they're out there. And when you find one, it's, like, really, really fun. And think about the people, like, just think about who you would want to grow a business with. Like, we all have a friend, and luckily I have a lot of them on my team, but we all have a friend that we want to grow a business with, that we're like, man, she would be fun. Like, I love her. She's awesome. She would be amazing, but she might not be there yet. But, get in front of them. Like, I challenge Linda, in the next couple weeks before the month's over, like, get in front of 2 people, meet with me and have lunch with them, and just share with them, share what you're doing. Because a lot of times, like, like Carlita, she feels better doing face-to-face stuff. I'm fine doing face-to-face stuff, but I think I'm more comfortable doing my phone just because that's what I've always done, more so. But it's great to get in front of people, and it's great to just, again, that gets you out of your comfort zone, give them a sample, have them try it, whatever it is that you can do to just share and get in front of people every single day. And even on the days that you don't feel like you sent out very many invites, like you're like, okay, I didn't get to really work. Well, you talked to a coworker about Shakeology and you posted, and you maybe added a couple friends on Facebook. Okay. So give yourself credit, because you're probably doing more than you think you are. Okay. Okay. That's all pretty much. Do you guys have anything? Does anyone have anything that they specifically want to ask about working through conversations and things like that? Because I know there's a few newer coaches on the call, and a lot of it's going to come as you do it. A lot of it, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is working. Like, this is really working for me. Or this isn't really working. Like, am I doing something wrong? Is my verbiage okay? I'm a direct, short and sweet to the point person. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to say, how are you? But I'm not going to like go on this big rampage about something I saw on their page because I blah, 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 and then invite them at the end. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just not going to do that because I feel like that's just not me. I struggle with like feeling very weird about that. There are coaches that do that though, and there are coaches that recommend it. I don't know. That doesn't work for me. I don't want to invest in all this time of trying to stalk their page and see what they like and see this or that, because I feel like if they liked my post, if they're watching my stories, it's an open door for an invitation. That's just how I feel about it. And I think it's okay. That's what I think is okay to do. But again, everybody's different and everybody has a different style, and it's okay if and maybe right now you don't feel comfortable. You're like, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. Then you need to get uncomfortable, because your business doesn't grow when you're comfortable. I'm just telling you. And just try it, and again, be bold and try it. Do 5 in one day and see what happens. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be really surprised when you have somebody random who's like, they liked your post, but you only had like 8 mutual friends, and they said, yeah, I do want more information. And then you give it to them and they're like, yeah, sign me up. And then you're like, okay, you want Shakeology, or do you want the performance supplements, or would you want both? And they're like, yeah, I'll take it all. Just give me it all. And they're like, get the $220 challenge pack. And you're like, so I'm just telling you, it works. Like, you will come across people that are like, yes, that sounds like exactly what I need. And sometimes, again, it's timing. It's timing on when you hit them with your message. Okay. Any questions? You can unmute yourself if you guys do. And honestly, the number of invites are crucial. And when I say invites, and I talked about this the last couple of weeks on the calls, but don't get hung up on brand new people. Are they brand new, or have I invited them before? Who cares? If you invited them, talked about Shakeology, brought it up again, whatever, it was brand new, it wasn't brand new, it doesn't matter. Those are conversations. I consider those invites. I think it's great to do like 10 of those a day, at least 10 conversations a day. If you want to grow your business and you want to, because think about it, if you're only doing an invite a day, or maybe 3, and only one person out of every 3 days is responding to you, how many follow-ups are you going to have? None. Hardly. You're not going to have anybody to follow up with, because you didn't cover enough ground to begin with. You didn't cover enough people with your messages. So it's a numbers game. It really is. It's a timing and it's a numbers game, and you have to have a lot of patience and thick skin. Okay. If you have all those things, you can build this business. And consistency, of course, but really, and I don't keep track, and I should maybe, if I wasn't hitting Success Club, if I was feeling like I wasn't getting anywhere in my business, I would check my numbers. I don't check my numbers because I'm hitting Success Club and I'm getting people to say yes. And I don't focus on the number a day, because I message well over 10 people a day. There might be a day where I'm just like, I'm out and I don't do it or whatever. But then I'm going to catch up and I'm going to send out like I'm going to send out messages on Instagram based on who liked my post, who liked or who was watching my stories. I don't have a ton of luck on Instagram, so I don't focus on it a lot. Like I've said before, I think you can build your business to diamond very easily on Facebook. I think that it gets overwhelming when you're trying to, and again, Instagram's great. And I know coaches are kicking ass on Instagram. I'm just still not there with it yet, but I have signed a few coaches from there and gotten some challengers. So it's definitely beneficial, but I find that Facebook's my jam and I get more, just more traction on Facebook, I guess. I don't know. So you just need to figure out what, and you can fit this in, anybody, no matter how busy you are, can fit this into your day. I don't care what you're doing. You can fit it into your day, whether it's 20 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there, set your day up how you want it to look like. Not every day is the same for me. I fly by the seat of my pants and I'm not suggesting you do that, but I just try to get a post up every single day, at least one. I post on my stories as I feel like I want to share. And then I message about every chance I can, pretty much, until it's time like I need to unplug and I need to put my phone away and have family time, because you don't want to be on your phone like 24/7, because you just don't want to be married to this business, because that's not why we're doing it. You want to spend time with your family because that's why we're doing it. So that's about all I got for y'all. Does anybody have anything they want to say? And I'll just let you guys hop off. That way I don't want to take a ton of your time, because I know tonight was a later call than normal. Yes. Do you message everyone that likes your pictures, or only that says yes, message me? So Wendy, I always just reach out to them, even if they just simply liked my post. That's it. I'll just be like, hey, how are you? Thank you so much for the love on my post. I really appreciate your support. Are you currently doing a workout program, or would you be interested in doing the new program with me? ? Yeah, so I just make that conversation. And then when they say yes, then that's when I go into, I just flat out go into it. And again, I lead with BOD, because I feel like it's a steal. And I'm sorry, but everybody can fit it into their budget pretty much. I feel like, and it's way cheaper than a gym. And I think they get way more, because again, I don't know what I'm doing when I go to the gym. So yeah, you guys just need to share your excitement. You guys need to be excited about it, because you know what it's done for you. So share that with everyone you know, every day. And again, and just write some goals down, tonight, like write some goals down. Okay. Because we're constantly reevaluating where we are in our business and what we can do. And, how can I reach more people? And how can I get coaches to sign up? And all these things. And I'm actually thinking about, so I tagged a few of you guys who are in Lindsay's. Did you guys see that I tagged you in Lindsay's page? Anybody? Okay. It didn't look like it tagged. I don't know if you guys watched the video. Did anybody watch it? Okay. It's fine. So what she said, and I won't go on about this. We can talk about this later, but sometimes I think that we might be dropping the ball, and I want your input on this, because, so the reason why Jessica and I have done a seasonal challenge group is because it's just worked. It's less work to try to get people in every month and like change people over and all those things, right? And set up the group and set up the posts and all this stuff. So, but I sometimes think that we don't promote the way we should, because think about it. When we do a sneak peek, like we promoted the heck out of our sneak peek, right? We shared about it on our stories, and there was urgency, and we started this date, so we share about it. Same thing with a 3-day refresh. Like last call, we know when we want to start, there's urgency behind it, and there's a push on our end to share more about it. So, and we go back and forth on this, but anyways, Lindsay's doing a, what the heck's it called, Linda? A better back to you boot camp. Back to you boot camp. So she's like, that's what she's calling her groups. Okay. Every month, just a back to you boot camp. I'm not saying she's calling it every single month, but she's doing some sort of a boot camp every month. And that's what she's calling it this month. this coming up month, I think. So I got to thinking, and I'm like, okay, maybe we're dropping the ball on, we're going to have to split our challenge group up at some point. We'll talk about that at another time. It's just getting too large. I mean, I love it. It's great, but there's so many people. We're getting a large team, which is amazing. But we have so many coaches, and then the coaches add their people, and it's getting very large. It's going to start to get to where it's just overwhelming with posts and notifications. So my thought was, do you guys think we should start a new one in June and call it Back to You Boot Camp? Because we can totally just use the same name that Lindsay used. I think it's good, and nobody cares if we use what she used. And then that way we're promoting, because we're always promoting. I'm always inviting to my challenge group, always. But don't you think there's more of a push when we start? We're starting June 13th, and here's what we're doing, and we make a graphic, and we're showing before and afters, and I don't know. So anyways, think about that, because I think that might help us just to, and people like catchy words. People like things that just intrigue them. Right now, our group has a fine name, but we're not talking about it. It's our spring group, and that's what I'm calling it. And that's really not that exciting, to talk about. People, people are over, spring's almost over about. So yeah, I do think it promotes interest. So I want to the thing of it is we just need help running those. That's the problem. We need help with scripts. We can probably pull a script. If someone would want to make a script, I think it would be awesome, just to have and upload, and we can reuse them. Anyway, so enough about that, because we can talk about that later. But anyone else have anything at all? No? Okay. Well, I hope that helped you guys with messaging. It's the basis of our business, and it really has to be done. There's no way around it. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you feel about it, and the more comfortable you feel in helping your coaches, because you're trying to promote, you're growing your business, right? So you're signing coaches. You've got to be you've got to do it so that you're setting an example for them, and you can help them. Why are you guys laughing? Well, you don't want to know what I got going on. I think I got some blood and probably spit, probably some plaque in my hair, I was cleaning teeth today, doing a little teeth cleaning. It's a lot of fun. Okay, well, I'm going to let you guys go. But let me know if you guys have any questions, and hopefully I'll see some of you guys. I know I'm seeing some of you guys on Saturday. Wendy Martin, if you want to make the drive, you totally should, if you're up to it. Okay, I'm going to post the recording, and you guys maybe send out 5 messages before you go to bed. All right, peace. Bye.